All right, we're recording. All right, all right. As always, first we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahawashai, Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash.
double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone who taught us this truth and rule well. Shalom to the hopefully elected, shalom to the Akim and Aquath out there listening and learning. We are the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, the Native Americans, Latino Americans, and so-called African Americans here in America scattered throughout the four corners of the world. It's a branch of Great Millstone, Chicago, coming to you with some more of it. I'm the brother Asha.
This is the brother Yaya.
Brother Shakal.
Yep. And like we love to do in our spiritual sit downs, and we've been getting busy with the StreamYard. We just want to touch on the fact that all nations have participated in destroying and ruining Jake's lives from ancient time even to present time. These nations have been strategically targeting and destroying Jake. In today's time, you got every neighborhood. There's everybody running our neighborhoods except for Jake. You got the Koreans with their hair. You got all the mom and pop stores, the Israelites running that. All the food stores, you know what I mean? Everybody's in our neighborhoods but us. You know what I mean? So this thing with them taking and destroying Jake, this is started in ancient time, but it has not stopped. It's continued right to this very day. And because all these nations have participated in destroying Jake, poisoning our food, destroying our children, trafficking our children, raping our people, rape, robbing, murdering us, they're going to have a heavy penalty to pay for that.
Yeah, that's it. And like you said, they're still doing it to this day. To this day, they hate us. What was that saying? They hate us because they ain't us.
Exactly.
They like us around because we make shit popular. We get trends going. We sell shit. So on and so forth, man. So they to this day they're still spoiling us, man. They're still using us, man, and they're still abusing us.
Fact.
And they haven't stopped. And like you said, yeah, the time is coming, which is near, where starting with Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, and the rest of these other nations, hey, all you guys are gonna have to pay. Nobody's gonna get away scot-free, man.
Right. He said he will not at all acquit the wicked. If we can grab that precept, we'll get to that. And then we'll come back to these other precepts. But, he's not going to acquit the wicked at all. You know what I mean? They have to pay for their punishment. And like we just talking about, you know what I mean? Right now, these people have been always being detrimental and divisive and destructive against Jake. Jake going to other countries, they pretend they like you, but deep down, they still have that resentment and sentiment. Resentment and that they really truly hate Jake. That perpetual hatred has never changed with Esau and his allies.
Mm-hmm.
God, go ahead, read that.
Start at 3.
Yeah, just get to the point.
This is the book of Nahum, chapter 1 and verse 3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. So, Khan, the Lord is not mocked, man. What you reap, you gonna sow. And these nations have reaped nothing but everything. They got everything off of us, man. It says Jake is the salt of the earth. So everything that they've done, everything that's created, everything Esau so-called invented was actually invented by Jake, man.
Khan.
Yeah, a lot of these, especially these inventions that made a difference in the world, a lot of them, yeah, they were started off Jake, and yet they don't give them the credit.
No, yeah, Jake invented the shit, and Esau invented the patent office to steal their shit. This is what Esau has done. He's a bloody robber, thief, and a liar. He ain't create nothing but the patent office to steal your inventions and ideas. And that's what he does best, steal. And the Lord is going to make sure that they suffer for that. Let's go back to that first Maccabees, 2 and 10. Unless you got something else to call.
Yeah, kind of slack it. What you just read that Nahum, right?
Yeah,
Nahum 1.
Kind. Well, I'll just get this right quick. This is Obadiah 1 and 5. It says, "For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head." Because at the end of the day, everybody partook and taking us down and destroying us and spoiling us and using us, and in one way, shape, or form. Every single nation, outside of Israel, partook in that, man. So and none of them really actually paid for it yet, especially Esau Edom. So as the Lord is gonna come for each and every single one of these nations, so they could pay their debt, man.
Con, is Obadiah
Uh,
1 and 15? Con.
That was, yeah, it started at 15. It says, verse 16, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink and they shall swallow down and they shall be as though they had not been. So they're gonna get what's coming, man. Right now they think they're gonna be a part of the NWO, and it's gonna be a new a way to rule the world, a new power, and then they're going to be on top. Nah, that's not going to be the case. This is your future, man. Obadiah, right here, this Obadiah 15 and 16. The Lord is going to come and it's going to be like you weren't even in power at all, man. That's how bad the Lord is going to destroy these other nations for messing with the apple of his eye. It's going to be like they were never in power, man.
Right. What's that? Great gatherers will leave some.
Because that's a great offense, man. For you to know that these people are called by the name of Yahweh Bashim Hawashai, or these are the people chosen by the Lord Himself, and you have the nerve to not regard that and just fuck them up and mess with them. Now they don't get me wrong, we deserve it. We went through what we went through because we sinned against our Heavenly Father, but that still doesn't give these nations the right, to not pay for it, man. They're still gonna get got, man.
All right. And like you said, if you jump up to that verse 5, like you said, that punishment is gonna be terrible for them. And that Obadiah 1 and 5, because like you said, that's a great offense to the Most High, and they've got to pay a hefty punishment for it. The Lord talks about it in Isaiah for the controversy of Zion, Isaiah 34 and 8. They're gonna suffer. The vengeance is in His heart. All the stuff that these wicked nations have done has accumulated to the Most High. And even in that Joel, we're gonna grab it. But the fact of the matter is that all these nations have participated in it. So I'm gonna grab his First Maccabees 2 and 10, because even then, unless you got something else, Chicago, you got something else?
No, go ahead.
This is First Maccabees was a 2 and 10, because they act like they didn't do nothing wrong. But all y'all was a part of it. It says, I'm just gonna get to the point. Says, what nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? Talk about Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. It says all the ornaments are taken away of her free woman, and she has become a bond slave. So all these nations just participated in our slave trade, our downfall, the degradation, the destruction of us, forces us to eat, forces us to be like them, doing idol worshiping and serving their masters. And Jake still is messed up with that now, still in a Hellenistic mode. They still throwing up Greek stuff. So a lot of Jake is still wooed by the devices that been forced on us by these our slave masters, our pain masters, so to speak. And all nations are guilty. The Lord, every nation has participated in our downfall. So and like we just talked about, they're still doing it to this day. They have not veered from that. They love seeing Jake at the bottom. They love to walk over. They proud of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm above you, you beneath us. We're a byword and a proverb, proverb over here. They calling us nigger, spigger. They haven't changed that. You go to other countries, they like nigger. They still saying these things blatantly. They had a
right. Yeah. No, that's true. Like the scriptures say, who has bemoaned thee, who askest thou how thou doest, roughly paraphrasing it. But hey, none of these nations, man, all these nations, they are in power, yet none of them say, you know what, maybe what we did was wrong, You know, nah, they don't care, man. That's why the Lord is gonna come back and make them pay, man.
Facts.
I
Now,
got
one
one
of,
right.
like you said, Chicago. Now, one of them nations said, "Hey, y'all the real Israelites." Nobody said none of that.
Or at least that. At least tell us who we are. Shit.
Right. They just want to continue to misuse us, think we slow and dumb, slow bellies and stupid. And we, what I mean, as if Esau hadn't had a hand at forcing us to be, mentally depraved and stuff like that. Mentally deprived, I'm sorry, because they have stripped our knowledge, our information from us. So the Wadi Habashimai Shai woke us up. But if it was up to these devils, they would keep us in the state that we're in, for the state that those 2/3 are in. They don't even know who they are. They won't accept that they're royal kings and priests. They want to continue to stay in the servant mode.
Yeah. I got one right quick.
God.
This is Luke 21 and 24. It says, "And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled." So the Gentiles is what? These other nations, these heathen nations. So meaning they're gonna be fucking us up until their time is fulfilled. So and we're coming close to that end, to that time being fulfilled, and a time for the Lord to actually judge them and get them back for what they did unto us. Like it says, Lamentations 4:21 and 22. Our punishment is over. Now is the punishment of Esau, Edom, and as well as these other nations. Man, a lot of times we just highlight Esau, Edom, but these other you other nations, you're still gonna pay. You're still gonna you had part in spoiling us and fucking with us, so you're gonna get got too, man.
Yeah, there's no way around it. You know what I mean? They surely shall drink of that cup. You know what I mean? They think they was gonna go unpunished. No, they got to get punished too. They, grab Joel. You got something, Scott?
Nah, go ahead.
Got to grab Joel 1 to 3. Joel 3.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse 1. "For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered amongst the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they may drink."
Go ahead.
So Khan, the Lord is finna recompense all these nations for everything that they did against Israel, man. If you go into Obadiah, it tells you how Esau cut off Israel from trying to get away, man, and how they just did Jake dirty, and they just did Jake dirty in general. Like everything, it's that perpetual hatred, man.
Yeah, from Moab, Ammon, shit, Ishmael, Hamites, Esau, all of them. They all did something in throughout history. They all had us, whether they had us in captivity, whether they were with the other nation or the bigger nation or the nation in power at that time where they took us down, but they all did something, man. And that occasion that the brother just read in Joel, that's one of them. And the Lord is not, he doesn't take it light. And when you touch the apple of his eye, man, the scriptures say, "Touch not my anointed, and do my prophets no harm."
Right. Yeah. We're going to grab that Psalms that you just quoted about it, all them participating, and the list goes on. Like you said, go ahead.
Khan, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 83.
That's the spirit. I had it pulled up.
Go ahead, Chicago.
No, go ahead. You got it.
Khan, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, and verse 1. A song or psalm of Asaph. "Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right. And all these nations are in cahoots with that, man. Because, like we said, none of these nations told us, at least came and told us, like, hey, you guys are the real Israelites. You guys are the Lord's chosen people. No, they all kept it hidden. You know, they all just literally left us out there for dead, man.
Yeah.
You know, so hey, for that they will have to pay, man.
God. Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagareans, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Selah.
Right. So right there, named the so-called Chinese, so-called white people, so-called small hats, which is that's Esau Edom twice. So-called Japanese, so-called real Africans, straight from Africa, so-called Arabs. You know, so all of them, man. And if there was some nations not mentioned, you best believe they were working with these nations or other nations to bring us down, man. And then the Lord right here, he called them what? Thine enemies, man. You know, so hey, they're gonna have to pay. And it's gonna be a heavy price because they haven't paid, man. It's a judgment long overdue.
Yeah.
It's way overdue, you know what I mean? You know, and it's for the controversy of Zion. We'll grab that Isaiah 34, unless you got something to call.
No, go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, and verse 8.
Go up. Start up. Some good meat on that. Because they need to know. You follow what I'm saying? You need to know why you're getting this ass whooping, right? You know what I mean? Like you said, the scripture say, you know, we were punished righteously so because we went against our maker. But you're gonna get punished double because y'all afford affliction. Y'all went past what y'all was supposed to do. You know what I mean? And that's why y'all gonna suffer the worst fate of all. Y'all was very excited about torturing us, putting us down, killing us, you know, and thought y'all got away with it, you know. Y'all think the Lord forgot. No, he ain't forgot none of that stuff.
Isaiah 34, and you started 1.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
Isaiah 34 and 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
And this is, you know, linking up with that Joel, right? You know, the valley of Yehoshaphat, you know, where they're going to be destroyed at. You know, this is a part of it. Go ahead.
Yeah, Yehoshaphat.
Yeah, Yehoshaphat.
Verse 3, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth from the vine, and as the falling fig from the fig tree.
That's talking about them thermonuclear missiles wrecking shop to this place, you know. So the great judgment is headed this way for Mystery Babylon, aka America. You know, and they're gonna suffer the worst fate ever.
For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
And Idumea is Greek for Edom. You know what I mean? The Lord is making a huge sacrifice. You know what I mean? And you devils are going to be the sacrifice.
Verse 7, and the unicorns shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
Push call.
Yeah, and that's it. You know, and not just Esau, these all these nations. When in the top, it started off that what? It referred to all nations. You know, so they're all gonna have to pay for what they did to us, man. Especially Esau, Edom, and hey, based on the prophecies and everything that's going on right now, hey, that time is near. I got one right quick.
Yep.
This is Lamentations 1:21. It says, "They have heard that I sigh. There is none to comfort me. All my enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it. Thou will bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me." And that day is near, man. That day is coming where these nations are going to be like unto us. Where that big payback is coming, man. Where now they're going to be at our mercy, man.
We
It says,
can't wait. I said we can't wait. Go ahead, Khan.
Verse 22. Let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me, for all my transgressions. For my sighs are many, and my heart is faint. Now, if we're calling ourselves the Lord's people, and we know our history, and we know what the Lord did unto us, and how bad He fucked us up, and we're His chosen, and He loves us and everything, what do you think is going to happen to these other nations? The Lord has it coming, man. The Lord has it coming. They don't call Him demon-like power for nothing, man. They don't call Him the King of Terrors for nothing, man. Yeah, y'all remember that scene in Logan when they had the little girl, and then Wolverine, he had the white tank top. He just went through the forest, just started slashing motherfuckers up.
Yeah, he went crazy.
That's what the Lord's gonna come back for us, man. And all them soldiers right there. That's all the other nations. But hey, they all partook in taking us down and fucking with us. So they're all gonna have to pay, man. None of them can say, "Oh, but even if they just looked." The fact that they did nothing, they're guilty, man.
Facts, yeah.
Because they're not gonna have any excuse for the Lord. Oh,
Yeah.
but I didn't help them. Oh, well, you could have. Why didn't you?
Yeah, the fact that they said nothing means that you was complicit with it. You know what I mean? If you see somebody get robbed and raped and you don't help, you complicit. You right there. You bear witness to it. You could have did something. Right. Call the police or something. You ain't did nothing. You was with it. You got something?
I was gonna get the us breaking in pieces the nations.
It's fine. Go.
Yeah. I'll start at Jeremiah 51, and I'll start at 19. Jeremiah 51:19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yahweh of hosts is his name. So, like we was going into earlier, Jake made anything you could think of, man. Jake started all that. So these other nations profited off of Esau, and Esau profited off of us, man, because we made everything for him. Going into verse 20, thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And with thee I will break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. So when the Lord endows his men with spiritual power on the time of his return, they gonna run like mighty men, man. They gonna break down the nations for what they did unto us, man. It says give them double. They're gonna have to drink the same cup that they gave unto us. Verse 22. With thee also will I break in pieces men and women, and with thee I will break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers, and I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith Yahweh. So Khan, the Lord is finna record. Well, verse 25, behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith Yahweh, which destroyed all the earth, and I will stretch out my hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rocks and will make thee a burnt mountain. And mountain is representing the nation. So this place, America, which is Rome 2.0, is going to be brought down by the Lord upon his return and the mighty men that he endows some spiritual power, man, because of everything that he has done against his people. Like the bro was going into earlier, he that touched the apple of his eye, man. And that's what these Edomites was all the other nations did. But Edom was the main one. He forwarded the affliction, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's gonna be beautiful, and that's one of the beautiful things of the mercy of the Lord. That the Lord is not just gonna be the one only fucking them up. He's gonna use us, so we are gonna be able to, take that, Lord willing, we're those men, take that revenge, with their own hands. The scriptures talk about that the righteous shall dance in the blood of the wicked.
That's right.
So they got it coming, man. Their worst nightmare is about to come to life, man.
Yeah, it's definitely about to come to fruition on them. And the scripture say, they're not gonna get no mercy because they didn't show no mercy. None of the nations. Everybody walking around living deliciously off the Israelites, Hebrew Israelites, and Native Americans, Latino Americans, so-called African Americans. Y'all came over here when Gad was over here, the Northern Kingdom. You broke all the treaties, killed, raped, robbed, murdered them, established your own colonies. You know what I mean? And everybody else has participated in the trafficking. Y'all got rich off of Hebrew Israelites. Plain and simple, the whole world.
Mm-hmm.
Like the brothers was going into earlier. So you're not going to be excluded from this punishment. None of you nations are going to escape. You 17 nations along with Esau and them, you're going to suffer the worst penalty. Like you said, y'all didn't lift a finger to defend us. Y'all didn't acknowledge who we were, and y'all didn't stop taking goods from this wicked ass devil, knowing it was wrong. Y'all was in cahoots with him.
That's it.
Yeah. Let's get this Lamentations 5 on 1 and 2.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 5 and verse 1. Remember, O Yahweh, what has come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows. We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us. Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. We have given the hand to the Egyptians and to the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread.
Yeah, and that's what's happened to us. In all of our captivities and all our tribulations, we've been ruled over by our oppressors, in multiple places, multiple times. And currently right now, we're still under the hand of our oppressor right now. Scripture says, "Oh, Syria, in the rod of my anger." The Lord has used a lot of these nations to punish us, which we deserve. But right now, our punishment had ended, and they still were punishing us. They still acted like, that they still acted as if nothing has happened. They didn't consider the latter end. So, the beautiful thing about it is these things is going to turn around on them. You know what I mean? All the curses we went through, it's going to turn around on you. All the punishment we went through, it's going to happen to you. Y'all going into captivity, double punishment. The scripture said that woe to them who spoiled us. I'm butchering it. Yeah, get that Isaiah 33 and 1. You know what I mean? So they got to pay, man. I don't want to continue to butcher that scripture.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 33 and verse 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealtest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
And that's what it is, man. Payback for everything that you've done to us over here in America, and then you've done in the ancient times. Y'all the same devils back then. Y'all are right back. Whatever way you can get over on Jake, that's what you're doing. You know what I mean? Charging us extra interest, usury, out of control. We're subject to payments, pockets full of holes in it. Food is defiled. The air is poisoned. They're polluted. And all y'all playing a part of this. The people over there in the land, the you wishes, they in our land, and y'all complicit with them. Y'all giving these fools billions of dollars, and they're not even the people of the Lord. You think the Lord ain't gonna punish you for that?
Right.
You got something, Call?
Yeah. You got anything else?
No, and you did the Lamentations 2, 15, 16. Y'all did that, right?
No.
Well, you got something else, Call?
No, go ahead, get that. We could end it with the one I got.
Okay, Revelations, Kyle.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 2 and verse 15. Sorry, 15.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the point.
All that passed by clapped their hands at thee. They hissed and wagged their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, "Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They have hissed and gnashed their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we looked for. We have found it. We have seen it."
Right. And so they are rejoicing in our downfall, laughing at us. Like you said, Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. So they still mocking us to this day, walking around laughing at us at our downfall, calling us buffoons, monkeys, and clowns, and all the other derogatory names they call us black. You know what I mean? Which is a derogatory word that Elder Malcolm brings out so eloquently and beautifully. Black is a derogatory term. It means devoid of light, ugly, harsh. It's got a million. Everything bad. You know what I mean? And white is pure. You know what I mean? But we know that's the opposite. They are not white. They're pale. They are Esau, Edom, the red man. And we're not black. We're brown. And we are the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. Point blank, period. We don't care what you clowns say. You know what I mean? We got all the evidence. We got the scriptures to support us. We got the evidence to support us, the relics. And we got Yahweh Shema Shah, more importantly, to support us. And y'all going to see soon enough. Go ahead, Shakal Salaki. I went off.
If y'all could get a Sirach 36.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 36. Where you want me to start?
You start at the top.
Sirach 36 and 1. Have mercy upon us, O Yahweh of all, and behold us, and send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. Lift up thy hand against the strange nations, and let them see thy power. As thou wast sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us. And let them know thee, as we have known thee, that there is no God, but only thou, O Yahweh. Shew new signs, and make only other strange wonders, glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. Raise up indignation and pour out wrath, take away the adversary and destroy the enemy.
No, well, you keep going, but
go ahead. Okay.
I just want to say something right quick. This cuts the whole bullshit that there's trying to bring out again about these other nations could be saved. This is literally a prayer for the Lord to fuck up the heathen nations. So make that make sense.
Right.
Verse 8. Sake the time short, remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works. Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people. Smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen that say there is none other but we. Gather all.
And there you go. And that's all these nations, man. They think that there's no other but them. All of them have oppressed us. So hey, this is what we're praying to the Lord for, and this is what he already prophesied and said what he's going to do. So they got it coming, man. Like it says your furious anger. Right here I have it in the GNT. It says pour out your furious flaming anger and let none of our enemies survive.
Dang.
Destroy those who have oppressed your people. Crush all those enemy rulers who think they are the only people in the world who matter. So they're not gonna get away, man. The scriptures talk about that the Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So the Lord, He knows everything that they've done, and He's gonna come and make them pay for every single thing, man. Every single thing. This is why this salvation is going to be way greater than any other salvation.
Facts.
This salvation is going to top any other salvation.
Facts.
That's what the scriptures say, is it's no longer going to be said, blessed is the Lord that delivered us out of the land of Egypt, but blessed is the Lord that delivered us out of the land of the north. So they got it coming, man. They just, and now they have no excuse. Now we're out there as well, telling them what it is, telling them that we are those people, telling them what they're doing unto us, telling them who we are. So they keep doing, which they are. They keep doing, and fucking with us, But that's just gonna add more debt to their bill.
Facts. Absolutely. Con. All right. You got anything else, Mighty Man?
No, that was it.
Okay. All right. We hope that was edifying. With that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, taught us truth and rule well. Shalom to the hopefully elect. Till next time, Kwam Yasharala and a Baba Ball.
Baba Ball.